Good morning, and thank you for joining me as we continue our devotional series looking at the stories that Jesus has told. And today we've come to the story, it's called the Parable of the Rich Fool. It can be found in Luke chapter 12. One of the interesting things about the last couple months is it has caused many of us to rethink what's really important. Another way to put it is we've had a lot of conversations about what is essential, an essential business, an essential profession, and what is not. And for many of us, it's opened our eyes to some of the things that we considered essential, we treated the most important. In fact, we found out haven't been. And vice versa. You look at the relative importance that grocery store workers, truck drivers, the people that deliver the things that we need to survive each day, how important those jobs and businesses are. Simple fact of the matter is many of us before this and many of us after this will make mistakes when it comes to really figuring out what in our life is most important or most essential. And this is exactly what was going on the day that Jesus was posed this question in Luke chapter 12. Starting at verse 13, so someone in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." Jesus said to him, "Man, who made me a judge or arbiter over you?" And then Jesus told this story. He told this story, he said, "Take care to be on your guard against all kinds of covetousness, for life does not consist in the abundance of one's possessions." He said there was this rich man whose land produced abundantly, so abundantly, in fact, that he didn't have enough places to store all the crops that he was taking in. So he tore down his old barns, he built even bigger ones, and when he'd filled those to the brim, then he sat back, and this is what he said: "Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, and be merry." But then Jesus said, "But God said to him, 'Fool, this night your soul is required of you, and the things that you prepared, whose will they be?'" Jesus ended that story by saying, "So is the one who lays up treasures for himself and is not rich toward God." See, death is the great equalizer for us all. Until we get that figured out, nothing else matters. And this is why Jesus matters so much for us. When we realize that he has so already dealt with the worst that the devil, this world, and sin can throw at us. He's dealt with death itself. And so we don't have to spend our lives running after all of these different things, filling our barns with food and money and whatever it is that we're trying to hoard for ourselves to prepare for a future date. We can thank God for how he daily provides for us in Christ. One of the things that Jesus is encouraging us to consider in this story is to slow down, take stock of our lives, and to realize we don't have to be consumed with the race to accumulate things for ourselves. We can rest in the knowledge that God has already given us all that we need for this day and for every day in Christ. Have a great day.